I remember the first time I've been to Jack Barnes Boardwalk. I was just so impressed. Actually, it's a driving force for me to search for mangroves. I learned how to identify orange mangrove from Jack Barnes Boardwalk.
And I remember walking through the mangroves, wading in mud. And it was then, I think, that I just realised how amazing, really realised how amazing mangroves are.
Because like when I was a kid, that's where all our food came from. Well, a lot of our food came from the mangroves.
Going there through university studies too.
When my son was at school, he actually did a project on Jack Barnes. He loved it.
That they grow in this muddy, salty, starved environment, and they flourish.
It's fabulous. Clicks, pops, sounds.
It's giving you sort of immersive experience.
The more it wasn't well maintained, the less people went there.
We heard that there were major problems with the boardwalk, and it was going to be shut.
Mangrove Watch volunteers came to me and said, I'm so worried about this boardwalk closing. We basically all looked at each other and we said, why don't we do something? So we did.
And we campaigned to save the Jack Barnes. And
having the community, the wider community, when they realised what was at stake, they came up.
Seeing something that's happened that they're upset about, actually getting together to do something about it.
We know that we didn't have much time.
And so that gave us some chance to, do all of those campaigning that you do. And
petitioning, writing letters, a deputation to the Cairns Regional Council.
I went to council.
It's a really important part in a campaign.
And that was a big part of our campaign.
To really highlight the issues.
Give councillors an impression how Advanced Boardwalk was interesting.
Then the pandemic hit. That was a bit of a spanner in the works for sure.
I was a little bit hopeless in that.
I was actually quite sad and I felt like the campaign potentially was lost. But I should have known that before you're about to win, you think you're going to lose. And that was definitely the case.
So all of these things just came together.
This was a culmination point.
We saved it from destruction. So money that was going to be demolishing it was now money that was going to save it.
That money, rather than going in its destruction, should go in its repair.
Traditional owners are actually the ones who have done the work to get it repaired.
This has been worked on by so many different organisations and so many different people to bring it over the line. The Yirrganydji Land and Sea Rangers through Dawul, Wuru, and the Cairns Airport.
I want to thank everybody that's been part of that, because it's nothing that one person could do alone. This is where, teamwork makes the dream work.
There is nothing better than local successes, energising, galvanising people to environmental action.
I think it's a great victory for all of us. We're so lucky to have this facility right on our doorstep, and it's a great teaching aid. You can get out there and study them.
Opportunity for education and just recreation. It's not really necessarily all about people, it's about the natural environment.
To have traditional owners shaping and doing this work is just absolutely fantastic. Such an important resource to be restored, repaired and continued to be used for generations to come.
Those new generations, they are the people who are protecting mangroves in the future. So I'm hoping that all this experience actually lead better protection of the mangroves in the future, and which is as important as protecting rainforest and Great Barrier Reef, because all connected.